Okay.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Yeah, hi, hello
Hello.
everyone. This is Abhishek from Study Metro Bangalore, and today we are going to talk about the study in Italy, the free education. So we have the host today is Mr. Praveen. Basically, he sit in the indoor office, and as you know, Praveen deal with so many European countries universities where we help the students to apply for the free education in the bachelor's, master's, and the doctorate program. So today in this webinar, he is going to talk about the what are the universities are available in the Italy, what are the private universities and the public university, the tuition fee, the scholarships, the intake, and what are the documents required by the universities, and the complete informations which you want to know whenever you counsel your students. Um, I'm not sure if you can hear me properly or not because we have a bad connections here. But if my voice is breaking up, please feel free to write your questions in the chat box window, which you can see in your right hand side. And during this webinar, we'll take up all the questions in the last. When Praveen finishes webinar, we will ask you if you have any questions. You can write down, and we can clear these questions. So I'll hand over this presentation to the Praveen so that he can speak with everybody during this webinar. Thank you very much, Praveen, and best of luck.
Okay. So, good evening to all. Thank you for attending invitation of Bachelors. My name is Praveen. I'm calling from Study Metro Bangalore. So today I'm going to information about Italy education. And initially, I will give you a contents. What will be the contents in my webinar? So initially, I will just give you detailed information about why study in country, popular universities, popular courses, undergraduate entry requirement, postgraduate entry requirement, and whether the PhD program is available or not, student fees for undergraduate program and for PG program. And I will just give you detailed information meanwhile about scholarship, why we are free education. So I will give you details later on and about the cost of living, application system, what will be the fee structure, processing time, intakes, deadline of application, what are the application documents required for entire process, whether the students will be getting permission of part-time job or full-time work norms, visa processing time, validity, long year of full courses, questions, and thank you. These are my contents. So let me start with the webinar of Italy. So this is my first slide where I will be going to show the detail about the map, which are the countries in between the Italy. I mean, Italy will be in center with these countries like France, Switzerland, Austria, San Marino, and Slovenia. These are the countries neighbor countries of Italy. Capital of Italy will be Rome. Okay, so in the next slide, I will be going to mention the time difference. If we talk about the time difference of Italy, India is 3 hours and 30 minutes ahead of Italy. So, for example, if now, right, the time will be 5 o'clock in India, so it will be approx 8:30 in Italy. Okay, so about the language in Italy, the local language will be Italian, and the currency which will be used over there, it will be euro. So currently, if we convert it in INR, the currency converter, then it will be goes up to 72.72 INR per euro. Okay, now next we talk about the regions. Italy mostly divided into two regions. One is a grassy area, and the second one is mountain regions. So, and on the third picture, you can see the Leaning Tower of Pisa, which will be the one of the famous thing in Italy. And the fourth picture, you can show the seashore, because almost three-fourth of part of Italy is covered by seashores. Okay, The next slides show about the cost of living in Italy for student, for international student especially. If a student living, international student is living expenses. For example, if I start with the rent for, or accommodation, if a student is living with shared accommodation, then it will be going to cost him 150 to 300 euros per month. And if a student is are okay, we or four students in a group for accommodation, then it will be cost only 200 to 500 euros per month. And there are I have mentioned over there additional expenses, supermarket, buses, taxis, trains, whatever the charges over there, pizza and drink, dinner in a restaurant, public universities. So out of this list, international students are more limited of accommodation, taxis and trains, because these are the three things where international students having a work on daily basis, like taxi, trains, and accommodation. They are more focused. I mean, international students are more focused on these three things because it's they are on daily basis. They will be going to use these facilities. Okay. Now the next slide, I will be going to start the Italy education in Italy. Here are the some I cannot cover the almost all the points, but yeah, the best points why students should select the Italy country I will be going to mention over there. So first and the foremost point is free or low education free, tuition fee will be free of cost. It will be not free of cost exactly to all the students. There will be a fee charges which will be we are going to be check later on. What will be the fees for private universities? What will be the fees for public universities? Regarding fees, I will be give you detailed information later on. So right now I can give you the general information that why the student can select the option of Italy, because this is only the countries where student can get up to 100% scholarship, and also apart from that euros as a stipend apart from scholarship. Third point, Italy has approx 15 universities ranked among world top 500. If we also count under 400 universities of world, then there will be 27 universities in Italy where under which comes pure ranking under 400. Okay, the next point is eighth largest economy of the world. It's seventh industrialized country in the world, and it's very easy procedure apart from other countries. It's easy procedure to get the PR. Next step, 20 hours per week permit student will be getting. Together with the studies, student will be allowed to work part-time, 4 hours per day. It means 20 hours per week, student can work together with the studies. Okay, official representative of Italian universities. We are the official representative. Okay. Now come on the next slide, where I have mentioned general courses. I mean the most common courses why mostly international students used to select these courses only, like MBA, engineering, mechanical, electronics, IT, physical science, mathematical science. These are the you can say well-known courses in Italy. Mostly international students used to select any one course out of these courses. Okay, but we have the universities and colleges which having approx 120 courses available with us. These are the famous courses in Italy. Apart from that, I will just give you detailed information about the rest of the courses which we do have. Okay, this is the slide where I have mentioned a few courses list, like what some of the master programs, some of the bachelor's programs. So overall, we can say approx 120 programs available with us. If we talk about any one university, like let me give you an example, like University of Pisa. Only University of Pisa having 20 PhD programs, 40 masters program, and more than 28 programs of bachelor degree. So you can say overall we do have a tie-up with university approx 17 to 27 public universities, where having approx 120 courses available with us. So whether a student of any profile, whether it may be a management profile, medical profile, or a technical profile, we do have the options for them, for whether it may be for bachelor's or for master's and for PhD. Okay, now we talk about the popular universities of the Italy. So as I told you, there are overall 27, more than 27 universities available in Italy itself, which comes under a world top 400 universities. So some of the popular universities in Italy will be University of Pavia, University of Rome, University of Pisa. These are the plus point of these universities is they are more than 500 to 600 years old. So if a student is getting admission in more than 500 to 700 years old university, it means it's a their education system is also very well known in Italy and also in entire Europe. So apart from that, we do have many universities, but I've just mentioned a little bit general, a few list of universities only. Apart from that, there are many universities like Sapienza State University, University of Casino, and many more. Okay, now it comes to eligibility criteria, or you can say eligibility requirement. So I cannot give you the accurate eligibility requirement of all the universities, because the eligibility requirement is depend on universities to universities, vary with universities to universities. So I can give you a general idea that almost all the universities having a approximate, it will be a little bit changes, but yeah, almost all the universities having the same kind of requirement related to that, which I'm going to mention here. So the first thing should be if a student is applying for admission, it should be a 12th class pass out. If his student is looking for bachelor degree, should be complete his class 12th. If a student is completed only class 10th and after that any diploma courses, he will not be allowed for admission. So it's so all the students who is looking for bachelor program for admission, he should have to complete class 12th. Then only he will be eligible for admission, and it should be with the 58 percentage at least. Whether it may be looking for bachelor program, then the class 12th and 10th percentage should be more than 58 percentage. And if a student is looking for master program, then in that condition, a student should have to complete his bachelor degree with 58 percentage at least. I'm giving you the minimum requirement. It doesn't mean that 58% will be the good percentage. It doesn't mean that. So my concern is that the universities, they are requiring not age. Okay, now comes with English proficiency. So English proficiency, although IS, if a student having IELTS or TOEFL exam with 6.5 bands or maybe 6 band, then that will be preferred. But if a student is not able to give IELTS or TOEFL, or he don't have the time, or may not able to get good score in English proficiency exams like IELTS, TOEFL, so he have the option, or he or she have the option that he or she can submit the English proficiency letter. So English proficiency letter means a letter from university or college which proves that you have done your previous education via English medium. So that will work. So it's not mandatory that you should have to submit IELTS, TOEFL for admission and for visa purpose. Your English proficiency certificate will work. It will more than sufficient to get you admission and visa. Okay, so now comes with the eligibility. Fourth point, that if the university level studies in your home country require special exams. So there are very rare universities in Italy. They also require their particular entrance examinations. So we will not talk further more about that, because there are very few universities. Out of 100 universities, there are only one or two universities. They also require their entrance exam before giving admission. Okay, apart from that, let me give you a general idea that it's not a eligibility requirement within a page I can mention, because all the universities in Italy having different eligibility criteria, different types of requirements of their programs. For example, if a student looking for master program in Pisa University, their requirement will be different. If a student is looking for Sapienza University for master program, then the requirement will be different. So you can say I cannot give you the accurate eligibility requirement of a particular that there is not a common requirement actually. So I mean to say it's vary with university to university. Okay, the next slide will be the document checklist for Italy. So these are all of the documents which I will be going to mention. There are total 11 documents which a student should be submit before starting the procedure of admission of Italy universities. First, the photograph, we need 5 photographs with white background, and the second is only photograph we require the hard document. Rest of the document student can give us only a scan copy. We not require hard copy of the any document except photographs. rest of the documents, scan copy will work, but the student should have to scan original documents. We not require the Xerox copy, scan copy of Xerox documents. So student should have to forward all the documents, original documents, scan copy only. Okay, the next document is passport. The first page and the last page, I mean to say, where the address and the student date of birth is available. Third step, academic certificates like 10th, 12th, and degree duly signed and attested by notary. So if a student not able to attest or sign by the public notary, we will be going to help him. No need to worry. If a student having the original documents, I mean 10th, 12th, or duly signed, bachelor degree, then we can do his attested or public notary. Now the fourth document will be student should submit the original bachelor degree scan copy. It's not Xerox will not work, as I told you earlier that scan copy of original documents may require. So bachelor degree will be you can say the mix. For example, if it's a bachelor degree, it's going to face many different process. Because one of my student in previous batch, he not having the bachelor degree, so he has delayed his process 2 to 3 months because of bachelor degree only. So please keep in mind whenever you are going to apply for Italy, please apply initially for bachelor degree. If you can, then only just apply for Italy process, because without bachelor degree you will be going to face problem at the admission purpose also, and also at the time of visa. Okay, the fifth document will be we require the transcripts via English language. So mostly they're like Punjab or many other states are available in India. Government is giving a degree with local languages. So it should be kept in your mind whenever a student is applying and having the degree with other languages, local languages. So in that condition, student have to convert this language by the education minister of affairs or any concerned person, which I will be going to give you detail where student can convert his language, translate his degree into English language. Okay, these are the documents. Rest of the documents in the next slide. I will be just changing the slide. Okay, sixth document, two letter of recommendation. It will be preferred if a student can collect this letter of recommendation from professor where he is previously passed out from university or from college. But if in case if a student passed out last 4 years before or last 5 years before, so it will be really difficult for a student to collect this recommendation letter from professor. So in that condition, the student can collect this two letter of recent employer or maybe from previous employer. That will work. Okay, seventh document will be English proficiency certificate. As we discussed previously, that if a student having IELTS or TOEFL, well and good, it will be more appreciated. It will be more preferred. But in case if a student not able to get English proficiency any certificate like IELTS or TOEFL, so in that condition, student can submit a letter from university or from college that I have done my previous education, my previous bachelor degree, BSc or BCom or and BE via English language only. So that will be acceptable by the universities. Okay, the eighth document will be motivation letter. So it will play a great role. I mean, letter of motivation, because mostly almost all the universities in the Italy will be going to check letter of motivation. So students have to give much more time to create a letter of motivation. In the motivation letter, student have to give the detail that why you are looking for Italy education and what you have done previously. If you have any achievements like you are a player or maybe any dancing competition have you fight out before. So any kind of achievements if you have, you can just mention in the motivation letter, and you can discuss with the university person that I have this and I have completed my bachelor degree with this profile, so I'm looking for this program. So all this discussion students have to mention letter of motivation, because it will be going to help them to get admission easily. Okay, then 8th point, GRE. GRE is not mandatory. Almost in all the universities they not require GRE or GMAT examination. Only the automobile automobile is only a course like Bachelor in Automobile or Masters in Automobile. These are only the courses where one or two university require GRE, but only one or two universities, not all the universities. So we can get admission to students without GRE, GMAT, IELTS, TOEFL also. This is the extra benefit in Italy. Okay, now we talk about the work experience. Work experience is not compulsory to submit, but yes, it's compulsory to students who having the gap. Gap in the sense, for example, if a student completed his bachelor degree before 2 years or 1 year, then no need to submit work experience. But in condition, if a student completed his bachelor degree before 4 to 5 years or more than 8 to 10 years, in that condition it is mandatory to student to submit work experience to show his gap. 1 or 2 year will be acceptable, no need to show work experience. But more than 2 years, if a student taking a gap, then in that condition student have to show work experience what they have done on those years. So minimum 2 years, no need to worry about work experience, but more than 2 years the student have to complete this criteria. Okay. Now the 11th is the general resume. Student have to clearly mention their academic career. All the details, like if a student have completed any certification course, the student have to mention in the resume. Whatever the student have completed from class 10th, 12th, and any diploma courses, student have to mention over there that I have done these things. And if any extracurricular activities, you can mention over the resume. General information, it should be complete details in your resume. Okay, now this next step, I will be just going to explain you details about fee structures and intakes. So in Italy, there are two kinds of universities available. One is a private university, second one will be the public universities. So public universities, there will be three intakes: January, July, and September. Although no doubt September will be the common intake for all the universities, but yes, there are few universities available in the Italy where also having January and July intakes. And the private universities fee structure will be 5,000 to 10,000 euros per year. While if we talk about the public university, which actually I'm giving today webinar is about the public universities. My full focus will be on the public universities in the today webinar, where a student can also get a free education. Later on, I will discuss about the free education. Right now, I can just show you what will be their fees actually. So their public universities having a common intake, which is September. Coming intake will be September 2017. Their fee structure will be 850 euro to 1200 euros per year. In between that, all the universities having different fee structures, but yeah, all the universities having the fee structure in between that only. So if a student is looking for September intake for public university, it will take time for entire process. If a student is looking for private universities, we can get admission within 15 days. No need to worry about private universities. But if a student really looking for public universities, so a student have to give us application before 7 to 8 months at least prior. Okay, now next slide, I will be going to give you the detailed information about the deadlines and the processing time. So now comes initially about the September intake, which will be a very common intake to all the universities in the Italy. If a student is looking for September intake, all the students have to submit their entire documents till maximum December end. It's a deadline December end, so it's a standard deadline. I mean to say, it's not a common and deadline for all the universities, but I can give you a general standard deadline to almost all the universities. In case of Italy, the public university used to take time a lot to give admission. So if a student start the process till December end, then he will be getting a good ranking, top ranking public university easily for September intake. But if a student is late, for example, if a student is going to give us application in January or February, he can get admission. We can provide him admission, but we are not giving any kind of guarantee that he will be getting a top ranking government university or not. We cannot assure you. But if a student is submitting us application before December end, then we can give him guarantee that yes, we can provide admission in the top ranking government universities. So there will be a standard deadline December end. Before that only, student have to submit complete documents. Now talk about the private universities. The rest of the intakes are only in the private universities, like January intake, July intake. So these are the intakes in private universities. They will not take much more time. The entire process of admission and visa will be going to complete within 3 months for private universities. I'm not talking about the public universities, because public university takes time more than 3 to 4 months for visa process, and admission process also will take around 45 to 50 days in public universities. So private university, to get admission in private university is not a big task. Within 15 working days, we can provide admission to our students. But if a student looking for public university or free education, I've just mentioned a word, free education. But till now, I have not given you any kind of update that how it called the free education, because till now you have shown there is a fees in public university, right? In between 850 euros to 1200 euros. So it's not free from university side. University want their fees, but how it work as a free education, I will just disclose in the next slide, with the scholarship, and how you getting a scholarship up to 100%. Okay, now we will come to next slide. Okay, this is my favorite slide. I mean, scholarship and financial aid, where the student can get a free education. Why we are using the word Italy as a free education? So this I will be clear. I will be going to clear in this slide. Okay, so all the public universities having their own fee structures. No doubt they want the accommodation fees, they want for the stops fee, and they also want their course fee. But it's a scholarship part where we or my company will be going to help a student to get a scholarship up to 100%. So this is our company in between. I mean, you can say we will be going to do the procedure. We are not giving the scholarship to the student, but yeah, we are completing entire procedure of a student, how a student can get 100% scholarship. These all the scholarship will be done by Italy government only, not from Indian government, not from study metro, but this scholarship will be given through Italy government. So for that, student have to submit the documents which I given you earlier. Later on, I will discuss about the visa document as well. So right now, can you assure you that student will be getting 100% free course fee, 100% free accommodation, 100% free food stuffs. Apart from 100% scholarship, there will be another word I have mentioned, which is so-called financial aid, right? Scholarship and financial aid. So I have disclosed you everything about scholarship, that student no need to pay any course fee stuffs, no need to pay any accommodation. Although there will be accommodation charges of university like 5,000 euros, and for further stuff that will be going to charge approx 6,000 euros. There will be a fees which university require, but they will be getting fees by Italy government. So we will be going to process all the scholarship will be done by will be take care by my company side. But yeah, Italy government is the mediator, you can say, who will be going to provide you a scholarship. Okay. Apart from that, I'm talking about financial aid. Financial aid means apart from scholarship, you will be getting a stipend up to 5,000 euros per year. So if you convert it in INR, it will be goes up to 4.5 lakh rupee per year. You will be getting as a stipend apart from scholarship. So this is the best part. This is which make Italy one of the best option in entire Europe, because rest of the countries, like we actually here in the European countries, like there are 4 or 5 countries who can provide education free, right? Like Germany and any other country, Norway, Finland. There are the many countries in Europe. 3 4 countries are there in Europe which can provide free education, but Italy is unique apart from them, because in case of Italy, no, you are not getting 100% scholarship only in course fee. Apart from that, you will be getting 100% free accommodation, 100% free foodstuffs. Apart from that, you will be getting 5,000 euros stipend per year. So this is a unique program, you can say, in entire Europe. This is only a program of Italy where your student no need to have much more. I mean, for example, a student not having sufficient budgets, like student is doing a job. Like let me give you an example that will be more easy for you. My previous student, I cannot disclose you the name, but yeah, she is working here in call center, and she is earning 8,000 per month as a salary. So he told once I introduced this program to her, she told, okay sir, that can I can afford. So this shows that if a student not having sufficient budget in his hand, if father or mother or family is not able to afford his fees, in that condition also student can easily enroll with this program. Okay, now I will be, as I mentioned, there student, if a student is looking for private universities, we are ready to help him. We will be going to help him regarding student loan also. Okay, now I will come to the next slide, services of study metro. So these are the some services which is only given through study metro company. Like whatever the documents of a student, we are giving him a kind of assurity that as for your profile we can provide you the top class institutions in entire Italy. So before taking an applications we cannot give any kind of assurity, you know very well. But yes, once any of our representative of study metro receive student documents, within 24 hours we can give a surety to a student, yes you are eligible as per your documents, as per the eligibility criteria, you can get top class institutions. That we can assure once we receive students complete set of documents. Okay, the second thing, experienced team of your visa. All know very well. Apart from admission, visa is also a high. You can say point to get the admission is not a easy task, but to get the visa is a big task, right? So for that, my company experienced team will be going to help you for entire visa process. This is the one of the best part which my company is doing, because admission we cannot give you any kind of 100% surety, right? Because we are not the person who is giving you admission, but yes we are the experienced team who can provide give you visa success surety, not 100%, but yes still 99.9% success rate from our side. So you can say 99.9% guarantee from our side of visa. 0.1% is completely depends on you, you know very well. There is no visa interview over there, so complete all the visa purposes depend on your documents only. So my experience team will be going to help for all the students for your visa success. Okay, third point that as I discussed you previously, we are going to help you with free accommodation, with free education, how it works, and entire process will be taken care by my company side. And also, if student already in USA, already in Italy, then we are going to help him for PR as well in future. Okay, as I told you, if a student is looking for only private universities, or let me give you one detailed information that why I have just mentioned public or private. So there is only a common intake, right? In public university, only September intake. So if a student not want to wait till September, like I have completed my bachelor degree on October till October, so I not want to waste my time. In that condition, if a student is focusing as sir, I want admission in January only or till March only. So in that condition, I will be suggesting a student to go to private university, because private university is also the best part. If you have the sufficient budget of study, you can just apply for private institutes also. The private institutes are also very well-known universities available in Italy. So whether it may be a public or private, their ranking are very high in Italy. Okay, so if we talk about the services, come on our service of study metro again. Then there although there is no visa interview, but yes, there might be a visa interview conducted by the embassy person for some student. Out of 100 students, there are only 3-4 students. There will be a chances of visa interview, not a perfect visa interview you can say, but they will ask you a question about your gap. So I will suggest personally to student, if a student not having the gap in his educational, then there will be no any visa interview. As for my experience, I'm talking, I'm not giving you 100% accuracy answer, but yes, if a student having only 1 to 2 years of gap, in that condition there will be no any visa interview. But if a student having a gap in education with more than 3 years or more than 5 to 6 years, so in that condition, they will just give a call to your embassy person. They will ask you to come over there and give some general questionnaires answers. Question they will ask you regarding your bank statement, or maybe a question will be regarding your age, or maybe regarding your gap. Okay. So it completely depends on your application only. If you have the gap of 5 to 6 years, they will definitely going to ask you questions about your gap. Okay, now we comes about study metro final service, that what we are, how we are going to help you regarding accommodation. We need to have the tie-up with the universities, like 1400 universities, which comes under world best 200 universities. Okay, secured over 1400 admission. I mean to say, there these are the seats limited. You know very well, in case of public university or for free education, there will be a limited seats available, right? So seats out in top 200 universities, we have already booked our 1400 admissions for every semester, September intakes. And if you are talking about world, Europe top 100 universities, we have reserved our 2800 admission seats. So this free education is done where if a student applies as soon as possible, he will be getting a good university. So I will suggest personally for free education, please apply as soon as possible so that you will be getting a top ranking government university. First get priority. I mean, if a student is applying first initially, then he will be getting a high priority of university. If a student is delaying the process, in that condition, he will be getting university which left at that time. Okay, now I will come to next slide, that about work permission. Legally, Italy government will be allowed to all the international student to work only part time. Part time in the sense 4 hours per day or 20 hours per week, you can say. Where they will be getting a charges around 500 to 100 euros. It will be payable per month, you can say. Okay, how long? This is the major question. I mean, mostly students used to ask with me how long I can stay in Italy after my graduation. So I can give you that it's completely depend on your work experience once you're already in Italy, because you are getting permission to work part time. So we cannot assure you that yes, all the students will be getting 1.5 year or 18 months or 12 months. It's not for all the students, because it's depend on your status at that time after completion of your course, whether you have placed somewhere or not, do you have any work experience or not. So finally we can say after completion of the course, a student will be getting 12 to 18 months to search out a job. In this duration, if a student having a job, then in that condition he must leave the country. I mean, if a student having 12 to any job within 12 to 18 months, then he can stay for longer, because he can apply for work visa, and after that he will be getting 6 years work visa. But if a student not able to found any jobs within these 12 to 18 months post work visa duration, so in that condition student must leave the country. Okay, so I have mentioned over there, these for master student. I have mentioned over there. I have not mentioned anything about the bachelor degree student, because it's a little bit in a doubt right now. All the universities, and it completely depends on the student profile at that time. So we cannot give you a surety for a student who is actually applying for bachelor degree how much duration he will be going to stay over there. But you can say general idea. Yeah, till 12 months he will be normally will be a student allowed for 12 months at least. Okay, now I will come to the next point, key points for visa. So there, one thing let me clear to Italy, it will take 3 months, 2.5 months to 3 months to complete entire visa process. So it will be not going to complete within 1 month or 2 months. It will take 2.5 months minimum, or maximum 3 months for entire visa process. I cannot give you the entire list of the document or step-by-step procedure, because it's a lengthy procedure. It will be divided into 3 steps. Student have to do pre-enrollment. It will take at least 28 to 30 days to complete of student. After that, it will be VFS. VFS will be there. Student have to go to VFS, will again take now to submit the application documents. So in that condition, hardly it will take again 15 to 20 days. So overall, we can say it will take time, because it's a little bit lengthy process to get the visa success. But yes, you can say, as I answered, chances of getting visa, 99.9% chances of getting visa success. So although it takes a time, but yes, it's a kind of surety to get the admission 99.9%. It's completely depends on embassy person. Okay, so there are the few points I can mention that which student have to keep in mind once applying for visa of Italy. Try to get funds in your own name on a saving account. Mostly students used to show the accounts, saving the financial documents on the name of father or mother or brother or sister. But I will suggest student that if possible, you just show the financially documents in your own name at saving accounts only, not with the current account, with the saving account. It will shows a good impression, and it will be high chances of to get the visa success. Okay, now next point, if in case if a student looking for bachelor degree and if he cannot or she cannot show the funds on her or his account, so in that condition, student can take assistance from any family members, any blood relatives like father, mother, brother, or sister to show the bank statement. Bank statement should be minimum 6 to 8 lakh. So please keep in mind that it's a minimum budget which a student have to show at the time of visa, embassy person at the time of visa process of Italy. So 6 lakh to 8 lakh at least should be there in the account for duration 3 to 6 months. 6 months will be if a student can show 6 till 6 months, it will be well and good. In condition, if a student not able to show these funds for 6 months, yeah, that's okay. If you can show 3 months, that will be fine. It will not create any problem to you, because recently have shown only 3 months bank statement in previous intake, so they got the visa easily. So if a student showing 3 months bank statement also, then also that will work. Okay, and after that you have to show these all the documents later on, at the time of visa purpose. The student have to show that what is your travel, any proof of the travel that you're traveling. I mean, you have to show the tickets, flight ticket from one side. Apart from that, you have to show where you are going to be, I mean your accommodation, where you are going to be stay over there. An entire details document you have to show. These all the documents my company will be going to take care. I mean, where student will be going to get accommodation, where food stops, everything will be, all the documents will be take care by my company side only. So no need to worry to student where should I submit and where should I get these documents. So we will going to help the student regarding to arrange the documents from the university. Okay, the key point, the third and the most important key point will be covering letter. So this is the important part of the embassy visa of Italy. So covering letter, student have to write a note before applying for visa. Note in the sense that why you are applying for Italy education, or you can say why you are applying for particular university. So you student have to mention a covering letter with a detailed explanation that my name is example, I can give you an example that my name is Praveen. I'm looking for admission in University of Pisa, and I'm looking for master program. I have already completed my Bachelor of IT, so now I'm looking for MIS program, like that. So entire detail, and if you have any focus on your any achievements will be there, you can going to mention on the covering letter. That will be showing extra benefit for you. So covering letter will be it will be I mean it will, if it is a good impressive, then only you will be getting the visa easily. So please try to focus on the covering letter. It just take time, 1 day or maximum 2 days to make a cover letter. But yeah, first thing which embassy person will check your letter, all the documents is covering letter only. He will give priority to covering letter only to check out, because if we reject the cover letter, that means high chances of getting visa denied. Covering letter. Okay, so the next condition, although there is not a telephonic, there is not any kind of interview in Italy for visa purpose, but yes, is a counselor, embassy person is free to call to any person for face-to-face interview or maybe telephonic interview. They are free to call you. If they have any questions in your documents, they are going to call you randomly, that whatever they have the doubts. to Italy, and he's living a good life over there. I guess I already have these three students. We already in conversation with me through WhatsApp or through call, on every week basis. Okay, so these are the entire education system we can say in Italy, where high chances of getting how you can get a free education. Almost all these things I have covered in my points. So let me remind you again what are the points which I have covered you. Just take a just be taken a single slide that what are the why study in Italy, because there is a low tuition fee in public universities, and this low tuition fee also we can get through scholarship. That's the main point. And second benefit of the Italy education is a student can get 5,000 euros stipend per year. So this is the second one of the biggest thing in entire Europe, which none of the country or universities will be going apart to give you apart from Italy. I think so till now. If you have any country, just please give me so that I can also check out, because as for my knowledge, I have never heard that a student will be getting 100% scholarship in accommodation, food stuffs, and 100% course fee will be none of the person getting. I think so. If they're getting, then they will not get the second point, which is 5,000 euros scholarship stipend as a scholarship. So these are all are the things which is available. I think so in Italy only, as per my knowledge. So apart from that, Italy is the eighth largest economy of the world. It's the seventh industrialized country. Course leading to PR, 20 hours per week student can work. So this covers almost all the points, I think. So if you have any questions, you can just ask to me.
Okay, it was really very wonderful session, Praveen. Thank you very much. And
Thank you.
um, I think everybody has enjoyed this session and they learned so many things about the Italy today. So, the people, if you have any questions, please feel free to write down in the chat box window, which you can see in your right hand side. So, I have a couple of questions asked by our Ahmedabad franchisee. His name is Onion,
Mhm.
and he wants to
Mhm.
know more about the private universities in the Italy.
Mhm. Okay, so in case of Italy, there are private universities like you can say Bologna University or many other universities available in Italy. Their fee structure will be, I can give you a general idea. It will depends on universities. 5,000 to 10,000 euros. Generally, all the private universities having this fee structure. If we convert it in INR, you can say starting from 3.5 lakh rupee, it will be goes up to 8 to 9 lakh rupee per year fee will be this. Almost all the universities in between that, all the private universities. So it's not a big task to get the admission in Italy private universities, because their eligibility criteria is not very high. That's the main reason student can get easily admission in the private university. If he is okay with the January intake, yes, applications most welcome for the January intake. Right now, the application is available. I mean, the deadline is available for January intake student also. After that, you are free to apply in July session also.
Okay. The Anil also asked the question, what are the tie-ups which we are having in Italy? So I'll just answer this Anil that right now we are having a 10 plus university tie-up with the private university, and the name of like Polo University, University of Pisa, Accademia Ricai, Domus Academic, Florence Design Schools, ISD Italy, Politecnico di Milano, and the European universities, University of Siena, and the Vesuvio International Schools of Hospitality. So we have the list of the couple of the good universities, and if you still have a students who want to go to the Italy, we can definitely help them to get the admission in the private universities. As Praveen mentioned, that most of the public universities they have only the one intake, that is again in the September month, and if the students are looking for the free education, they have to apply as soon as possible. We would suggest them to apply before this December month, so that we have a sufficient time to apply and get the admission. Okay, we have the another question just come now from the Charles. He's our
Mhm.
franchisee from the Coimbatore. And Praveen, this question is for you. What is a PhD? Can we apply for the PhD, and what are the requirement for that?
Oh, okay, so in my previous slides, I don't think so. I have clear about PhD, right? So yeah, little just let me give you a general idea about the PhD. So yes, there are many universities in the Italy where they're having PhD programs. Like let me talk about the University of Pisa. So itself, this University of Pisa having more than 20 PhD programs. So yes, they do have the PhD programs, but the main concern thing is that it's not an easy procedure or easy task to get admission in PhD program. If a student profile is good, so in that condition, it will not take much more time, and can we can give surety to a student. Yes, we can provide PhD admission easily if a student having good profile. But in case if a student having not good profile, profile means percentage should be good. If a student having a IELTS TOEFL result, that will be really great. Apart from that, any extracurricular activities, if a student having, definitely he will be getting PhD admission easily. But if a student is only average student, like 55 percentage or 60 or 65 percentage in previous academics, and IELTS scorecard is also low, like 5.5 or maximum up to 6 bands, so in that condition it will be difficult to us to give surety for PhD student. So I will personally suggest you just please go through students document. If a student having a good profile means good academics, then we can assure admission for PhD program. But if a student not having a good profile, it will be difficult for us to get admission in PhD program.
Okay, thank you very much, Praveen. And
Okay.
again, if you have any PhD students, Charles, what we can do that there are a couple of the good options available in Estonia, where the students can apply for the free educations in the PhD. Most of the Estonia universities sometimes they pay stipend or sometimes it doesn't pay the stipend. But again, if they have done any kind of good research and if they have a good academics, they can provide the free educations, and then you can submit the documents to us as soon as possible because there also only the one intake is available. So once you submit the documents to us, we'll send it to the university, and if the student's profile is very good, they'll get a PhD admission in Europe, and they can travel. It's a Shanghai visa, so they can travel anywhere in the Europe and study and work there in the future. Okay, O'Neill mentioned that he's having a four cases for the private university. So O'Neill, you can send it the directory documents to the Praveen. His email ID is praveen@studymetro.com, or you can CC to me also, that is abhishek@studymetro.com, so that we can help you. What are the options are available, and we can start their process. The Praveen from the Mumbai office, he asked the university of Bolgana that we are working or not. So I'm not sure. Praveen from Indore office, can you just let us know that we are working with University of Bologna, Bolgana?
Uh, Bolgana University, yes, sir. We do have the same options. Their fee structure will be 10,000 USD per year. Yes, we are working with Bolgana University. This university having the January intake available right now. If you have any application, please apply as soon as possible. So your student can get January oblique February intake also. Yes, we do have the tie-up with Bolgana University right now. Just recently we have the tie-up with that university, but yes, we can provide your student admission anyhow for January intake also.
Okay, that's great. So we have the five applications are on the way to for the
Mhm.
January intake in Italy.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions from the Bangalore team and Indore team? Okay, the last question come from the again Praveen Mumbai team. Do we have a post-study work visa after their studies in Italy?
Yes, after completion of the course, students will be getting 1.5 year post-work visa. So again depends on the student condition. So we cannot give 100% surety to student about post-work visa. But yes, 99.9% student will be getting minimum 1 year post-work visa and maximum 1.5 year post-work visa. Yes, there is an option of post-work visa. You can say 1 year, 12 months to 18 months will be the duration this student will be getting post-work visa.
Okay. So,
But it,
which I understood that you mean to say, as per the law, all the students can get at least 1 year of visa, but sometimes
exactly,
they can get 1.5 also.
exactly, that's true.
Okay. Thank you very much. So I think we are close to our webinar today. So thank you very much, everybody who has joined this webinar and understand about the Italy university's requirement. And we would appreciate all your time. And also, every day, we are starting now all the webinars. A day like tomorrow, again we have a webinar for the Norway, which Minu is going to be host, and we would appreciate if you can join on the same time. We will send you the link by tomorrow morning so that you can book the webinar and can attend it at around the same time, 5 p.m. Also, if you have any questions regarding the Italy, feel free to write the email to the Praveen directly. His email ID is Praveen, Praveen at studymeter.com, or you can call or you can Skype to any of us so that we can help you to get your students admission. So if you have a students for the January intake, I would say submit the documents by this week itself. And if you have the students for the September intake, you have a time to recruit the students till December of this year. So thank you very much again, Praveen, to for your hard work which you have done for preparing these presentations for everybody. And also, it was really good session. We are going to upload this webinar in for the future recruitment. Which anybody, if you have any questions or if you want to know more information about Italy, you can always go back and check the webinar. Thank you very much,
Okay,
everybody. Have a nice
thanks
day
for all.
ahead. Bye bye.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Have a
Bye bye.